Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the confusing world of corporate finance for you. Today we're diving into Quanex Building Products Corporation's latest report, and let's just say it's got some interesting news about their shareholder payments. Alright, we're looking at a Form 8K filing from Quanex Building Products Corporation. This is a report companies file when big events happen that shareholders should know about right away. Here the big story is about dividends, which is essentially the company sharing some of its profits with its owners, the shareholders. So Quanex Building Products, what do? They make products for the building industry, things like windows and doors. It's a pretty competitive market, and how they manage their money, especially how they treat their shareholders, tells us a lot about their strategy and financial health. The key piece of information here is that on May 30th of 2025, Quanex announced they're paying a quarterly cash dividend. This means they're giving shareholders a little bit of cash for every share they own. The dividend is set at 8 cents per share. This dividend will be paid out on September 16th. You won't get this specific dividend payment. This section, Regulation FT Disclosure, basically means they felt this dividend announcement was important enough to share, not just with big investors, but with everyone, to keep things fair and transparent. It's all about making sure all investors have the same information at the same time. Now, what kind of proof do we have for this announcement? Well, they've attached the press release itself as an exhibit. Think of it like showing the actual newspaper article that tells you about the event. Wait a minute, the exhibit date is August 29th, 2025, but the announcement date mentioned in the report text was May 30th, 2025. This is a little confusing. It could mean the company made the announcement earlier, but the official filing with the press release attached is dated August 29th. Often these 8K filings are made very close to when the event happens or when the information is being officially disseminated. In this case, it's possible the press release was issued earlier, and this 8K is just the formal submission of that announcement, which includes the dividend declaration. It's a bit of a timeline quirk, but the essential information is the declared dividend. Quanex's main product for investors is their common stock. This is what most people buy when they invest in the company. The par value of 1 cent isn't really a significant number for investors. It's more of an accounting term from when the company was first formed. What really matters is the trading price and how the company performs. The ticker symbol for Quanex Building Products is NX. This is how you'd find their stock on the stock market, in this case the New York Stock Exchange. It's a pretty straightforward symbol, easy to remember. Being listed on the New York Stock Exchange, or NC, is a big deal. It means Quanex meets certain standards of size, liquidity, and corporate governance. It adds a layer of credibility for investors. This number 99.1 refers to the exhibit number in the filing. It's the way the SEC organizes the supporting documents. So Exhibit 99.1 is the press release we were just talking about. And finally, signing off on this report is Scott Yorkie, who is the Senior Vice President, Chief Financial Officer, and Treasurer. This tells us he's a high-ranking executive in charge of the company's finances, and he's officially confirming the contents of this report. It's his job to make sure these filings are accurate and complete. So what's the takeaway here? Quanex Building Products is continuing its practice of returning value to shareholders through dividends. An 8-cent quarterly dividend might seem small, especially for companies with very high stock prices. But for companies in the building products sector, it's a sign of stability and confidence from management. It suggests that the company is generating enough cash from its operations to not only reinvest in the business, but also to reward its owners. However, the timing discrepancy between when the press release was reportedly issued and when it was filed as an exhibit is a bit of an anomaly. It doesn't change the core message about the dividend, but it's something to note. Companies are expected to file timely. In this case, there's a significant gap between May 30 and August 29th. It might be that the dividend announcement was made on May 30th and August 29th. It might be that the dividend announcement was made on May 30th, announcement was preliminary, and the formal dividend declaration on May 30th, announcement was preliminary, and the formal dividend declaration on May 30th are generally due within 4 business days of the triggering event. This filing seems to significant gap between May 30th and August dividend declaration on May 30th, but the 8K filing with the specific details and the press release as an exhibit was delayed until August 29th. It might be that the dividend announcement was made on May 30th are generally due within 4 business days of the triggering event. This filing seems to significantly exceed that time frame if the triggering event was the dividend declaration on May 30th. It's possible. Looking at Quanex's business model suggests that their ability to pay dividends is tied to the health of the construction and home renovation markets. When people are building and remodeling, Quanex tends to do better. A consistent dividend is good, but we'd really want to see the actual financial statements to understand if this dividend is sustainable based on their earnings and cash flow. This particular report is very light on granular financial details beyond the dividend announcement. It's more of a this happened report than a here are the numbers report. So the assessment of Quanex building products based on this filing alone is that they are a company that aims to reward shareholders with dividends, signaling some level of operational stability. The main point of caution here is the apparent delay in filing associated with the dividend announcement, which warrants a closer look at their overall compliance and transparency practices. What this filing doesn't tell us is the company's overall financial health, its growth prospects, or any significant risks it might be facing, as this is not a financial statement filing, like a 10Q or 10K. Alright, that's our quick decode of Quanex Building Products' latest filing. What's your take on dividend payments and filing timelines? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, give this video a like and subscribe for more essential corporate insights. And don't forget to join our Discord community for more in-depth discussions. The link is in the description. Thanks for watching and stay sharp.